We've known for years that the power of Trump and the right has been in how it mobilizes people's enjoyment to enjoy through Trump, through his obscenity and transgress social norms, political correctness. And, enjoyment is the core of our psychic structure, but there are hard limits to this. It is structural, and you can break that structure and make things fall apart. And that's what we're dealing with today, what we're seeing happen with the murders of Renee Good, Alex Preddy, and also with the Epstein files. It's abundantly clear that the ICE agents who are mobilized to go out and murder U.S. civilians, they are doing so off of this rife enjoyment of setting up quote-unquote legal murders. They're recording things themselves. They're talking to their body cameras before they ran the car of Martinez, for example, that they're setting themselves up to get to this spot where they internally are praising themselves for going out and murdering U.S. civilians or shooting them up. So enjoyment is very clear there, but how does that enjoyment translate to the American populace? Because it works if there's a racist lens applied. The racist lens, like with the murder of George Floyd, provides an excuse for who counts as a U.S. citizen who isn't shot and who is a valid target to be, and for us to enjoy their murder, their punishment, their destruction. With racism, even if you are fully against racism, there are material effects of racism that you reject, but explain why the person was shot, why the injustice happened. But they've done away with this racist lens, and they are applying it not just they're applying the spot of the target of racism to everyone, to people who in these cases honk their horns at ICE, stand slightly in the way, say anything at all. Any form of public resistance they are using as a valid target to annihilate people. And so this transcends race. We have 2 white people who've been murdered very publicly. And the government says, this is our right. Obviously, they label these people as terrorists who clearly are not. You're lying in the face of facts blatantly. So the transgression is amplified from what we saw with something like George Floyd. There's a hush-hush element to the racist case of a cop unaliving a black man. There's this obscene underside to it, right? We know what's really going on, but there's a public facing, he quote deserved it kind of a thing. They've pushed that line to the point where all of society is swallowed in it. There is no other side other than bootlicking. That's the thing that this forces onto the country itself. You must be a bootlicker. That's the thing you must enjoy. You must enjoy these murders, these lynchings directly. That's psychically not possible for most people. You have to be broken down to a very mind-broken point or shill point where you genuinely don't view other people as people. You take away the subjectivity of everyone but yourself. Basically, it's a nihilistic, apocalyptic way of viewing the world where you do not see other people as people, and that is not what most people are. You're talking like 10-15% of the country can think that way. We're getting to a very minority of people who can be mobilized into this kind of enjoyment. With George Floyd's murder, you turn on Fox News and you see the ways in which you're taught how to enjoy these murders. You turn on Fox News now and they lie to you more openly about their framing for how you enjoy these murders because you're enjoying the lie itself. The enjoyment of the lie was there before, but there's a way of disavowing it and setting it aside, basically. So like the structure of the thing you're transgressing with the enjoyment of someone like George Floyd being murdered, the thing you're transgressing has more structure than it does now with the murders of someone like Renee Good or Alex Preddy. And that causes the enjoyment to fall apart. It stops being enjoyable, and the only way to keep enjoying it is to genuinely be a bootlicker. It's the same as watching Twin Peaks Fire Walk with me and directly enjoying the PDF-ilic grape and murder of Laura Palmer, in occupying the position of Bob ourselves. And when you do that, you get what Bob gets. You give over that enjoyment to the arm, the injunction to do all of this, you know, the super egoic structure. You erase the gap that's necessary for enjoyment to work. There needs to be some structure of a thing you're transgressing, and if you destroy the thing you're transgressing completely, you don't just fall into this primal father like vortex of enjoyment. I mean, you enter into self-destruction, and that's what's happening to this country. We are being made to self-destruct. We are losing our consistency of a country, of a nation, entirely. And when you lose that consistency of self, things fall apart. So we are being pushed into the position of Bob from Twin Peaks or Epstein himself. There is no space to be a right-wing tough guy and support Jeffrey Epstein. You cannot be a tough guy and accept pedophilia. That is like the hard limit of something that you reject if you're a tough guy. So you're either a craven shill, someone who closes their eyes, or someone who accepts the Tao being up, whatever it is. You know, here's your payoff. Here's your payoff. The rich people who are abusing children are also rich right now. Enjoy that too. Is Pam Bondi's horrendous. I don't even want to give words to what she did. You know, things are breaking down. There are limits to this. We do not just throw our hands up and say, well, Nazis are going to be Nazis. This structure of enjoyment is too hard to crack. We can't just fight it. We do fight it. When you throw a milkshake at a Nazi, or when you punch a Nazi, you are fighting them tangibly. Whatever kind of violence you make your stand with is public, and it separates the Nazi from the public. You're pushing them out of the public. You're putting their poison out of common discourse. It does not fucking matter whether the Nazi changes their mind or not from that. They can. The being ousted from the public makes people actually have to turn inward and confront themselves to some degree. Obviously, it's, you know, individual as to what happens there. You aren't fighting the territory of their fantasy. That is fought in other ways, but we're talking about fighting Nazis here. You just oust them. That's the only response. There's no inner subjectivity. You're not trying to get into their heads. What's inside their heads is fucking shit. So in this fight over what's permissible in the public, you know, Nazism, the murder of civilians, pedophilia, the thing that has to happen is you force people out of the public from that. And ICE is responding to that with direct violence, with trying to target and murder people. They're saying you don't want us in the public. We will shoot you in the face. But for that to function nationally, you have to enjoy it with them. You have to be a fucking bootlicker. There is a breaking point. They are getting to it. They are breaking not just the country but their own base, and that is this territory to keep fighting at. Even though they're trying to forge a space where their own base doesn't matter at all. They're trying to just hold on to power for its own sake as blatantly as possible, and there needs to be political fighting against that. But rejecting open murder and bootlicking and open pedophilia from the public is what fucking works. That is the site to fight at.